So starting with gross anatomy, the books you need for gross anatomy, if you are doing it in a short way or you have less time, so you can use these two books, that is the Essence Anatomy and BRS Gross Anatomy. इनमें diagrams इतनी अच्छी नहीं होती हैं, so you can use the atlas along with them and the online resources I listed at the end. So yeah, these are the short books. So the big books regarding gross anatomy जो आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं वो ग्रेज है और KLM में जनरल anatomy भी काफ़ी अच्छी दी हुई है, आप देख सकते हैं. GIT के लिए स्पेशली आई वुड रिकमेंड ग्रेज. बाकी अपर लोअर लिम्ब जो है वो KLM में बहुत बेस्ट है. यू कैन सी बोथ ऑफ दीज बुक्स. माई पर्सनल फेवरेट इज़ KLM फॉर ग्रॉस एनाटमी. इसमें चार्ट्स और टेबल्स होते हैं जो बहुत हेल्पफुल होते हैं. क्लिनिकल कोरिलेट्स, ब्लू बॉक्सेस वगैरह होते हैं KLM में जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा पेपर में हाई यील्ड होते हैं, आते हैं. सो दीज टू बुक्स आर फॉर द लेंदी स्टडिंग एंड दे कंज्यूम अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम. तो ये जो है वो लेंदी स्टडिंग के लिए, और जो पिछली बुक्स मैंने बताई दे वर फॉर लाइक शॉर्टेस्ट. Okay, so as far as embryology is concerned, you need only 3 books. That is the Developing Human book, and the other book is Shergil. That is the small book. It is not like descriptive book, and the third one is this Langman's Medical Embryology. So these two books are quite descriptive and they contain the colored images. I will show you in a while. And this is like a sort of more of black and white type of book, and it is a smaller book, you can say, if you want to study in not in depth Langman's Medical Embryology. So this is quite descriptive. I used it also to go through some topics that were like not good in the Shergil's. Okay, the third book, that is the biggest book of all, and you don't need any other resource to cover your course if you are studying embryology. This is the descriptive book. So as far as histology is concerned, you need these two books in your life, and these are the best books ever to cover up histology, all of the histology. You cannot miss a word if you have these two books. And this is a lengthy book, and this is also a lengthy book. There is no short book of histology that I used myself. So the way I studied histology, I'm going to share that with you. How I studied, I used the text from this book. As you can see, there's a lot of text about all these, and it's like very kind of a descriptive book. It is not a short version or something, not a review book. It is descriptive. But one bad thing about is that I don't like the diagrams, because they are like this kind of diagrams, and these are not realistic diagrams, and on the paper it doesn't come like this. So how I used to study it was I covered the text from this and used the Genquera for my diagram purpose. Like you can see the diagrams here about everything is like quite well. So this is how diagrams are very good, and there is special description about the diagrams here that usually comes in exams in Pakistan. So I used to study the diagrams from here, and the text also. I studied the text of, and that is written under the diagrams, and then I used the Lake Hussain book, this book, for my text, and this is how it worked. It also contains some highlighted points and these charts that are quite good and helpful to study, like if you are going to review your chapter or something. So it is very helpful. These charts are very helpful in it. The Like Hassan book doesn't have much of the charts and stuff, as you can see. So this is how I study. So as I talked about some online resources that you can avail to study anatomy, some of the I have like 3 resources that I used myself to study anatomy, and they were like amazing. So one of the site that you can use is Teach Me Anatomy. It is like an amazing site, and it works best if you have an Android or Mac, whatever. These are like all the sub chapters or headings that you can go through, and there is an amazing stuff on it. Go check it out. This site is like amazing to study anatomy. I used myself. They also contain the quizzes at the end of each topic, and this is like a very best resource for quick studying or revising any of the stuff before or after lectures. Another thing that I'm going to talk zone. This is on YouTube. You can see that anatomy zone contains a lot of topics, a lot of they have contained the playlist which has upper limb and lower limb and other topics. You can check it out. It is amazing, like 3D representation of all the um, models, and they have lectures over here, so this is a good lecture for anatomy. Another is Dr. Najeeb Lectures that I used myself for some for to studying anatomy and other topics. So you can go here in video library. I have purchased it, so it's like I have all of these videos. So if you have to study neuroanatomy, this is the best. Like, I haven't told any book of neuroanatomy because I didn't use any book to study neuroanatomy. I couldn't study it from Snell or from Terz. These two books are like most common. You can study from them if you understand them, but I couldn't. So I use all these lectures, made notes, very thorough notes from them.